This place was a garbage dump 15 years ago. Today it is one of the most breathtaking viewpoints in Sri Lanka. A place where you stand above the clouds and see 7 of the island's highest mountains in a single 360-degree turn. This is Moon Plains, and it is one of the strangest, most unexpected stories in Sri Lankan tourism. I am Santhosh Rupert, and today I'm taking you here. Moon Plains, known locally as Sandathenna, sits at around 1,900 meters altitude, just a few kilometers outside Nuwara Eliya town. For decades, this was a catchment valley used as the town's waste disposal site. Then, in 2010, the area was cleaned and reconditioned, and in March 2014, it was officially reopened as an agricultural and environmental tourism zone. What was once Nuwara Eliya's rubbish dump is today one of its most spectacular natural attractions. Part of the land is still used for waste management even now. Invisible, hidden in a managed valley surrounded by eucalyptus forest. But the plains above it have been completely transformed. The name Moon Plains comes from exactly what you would expect. When the mist rolls in thick and the grass turns silver in the early light, the landscape genuinely looks lunar. Empty, open, otherworldly. Getting here is part of the experience. You drive past the government potato seed farm at Sri Lanka, about 5 to 6 kilometers from Nuwara Eliya town. At the entrance gate, you cannot take your own vehicle further. Private cars, vans and buses are not permitted beyond this point. You hire a safari jeep at the gate. This costs around 3,000 rupees, and the jeep takes you the remaining 3 to 4 kilometers along a dirt track up to the main viewpoint. Entry tickets are 100 Sri Lankan rupees for locals and significantly more for foreign visitors. Check current rates at the gate. The whole experience from arrival to the viewpoint and back takes about 2 to 3 hours. And then you arrive. The viewpoint here is sometimes called the mini world's end, a smaller, gentler cousin of the dramatic cliff at Horton Plains. But on a clear morning, it gives you something Horton Plains cannot: an uninterrupted 360-degree panorama. From this single spot, you can identify up to 7 of Sri Lanka's highest peaks, including Talagala, the tallest mountain on the entire island, visible just behind Nuwara Eliya town. The plateau itself is wide and open, with almost no trees crowding the view. After days of dense jungle and tea country elsewhere in Sri Lanka, the openness here genuinely catches you off guard. The mist moves across the plains in slow drifts. It lifts, reveals a section of hills you did not know was there, and rolls back in. On a single morning, you can see 4 or 5 completely different versions of the same view. Wildlife is genuinely present here too. Samba deer, wild buffalo, and over 100 recorded bird species, including 16 endemic to Sri Lanka. Leopards have been spotted in the area, though sightings are rare. Keep your eyes on the grassland as the jeep drives through. Here is what matters most if you are planning this. Go early, before 8 a.m. if possible. The mist behaves more dramatically in early light. The temperature is cooler, and you will likely have the plateau to yourselves before the later crowds arrive around 9 or 10 a.m. Bring a proper jacket. At nearly 2,000 meters, this is one of the coldest places in Sri Lanka. Temperatures have dropped below freezing here in the past. Wear closed shoes as the ground can be wet and slippery, especially after rain. Best months for the clearest views are January through March. But honestly, even in mist, even in light rain, this place has a mood that a perfectly clear day does not. Greener, moodier, more atmospheric. We were lucky enough to catch it with the clouds rolling beneath us And that is the version we will remember. Moon Plains sits in the shadow of bigger names: Horton Plains, Ella, Sigiriya. Most people pass through Nuwara Eliya without ever knowing this exists just outside town. We almost did too. And standing above the clouds with 7 mountains around us, on a piece of land that used to be a garbage dump, that is not something either of us will forget. I am Santhosh Rupert. Subscribe for more Sri Lanka hidden gems every month. And tell me in the comments, had you ever heard of Moon Plains before this video?